Yeah, it's doing it now.
So that was just to talk about that, Emma, is we're focusing it on skin today, right? So the benefits of working from within for skin and for results in PMU. But these products are so much bigger than just skin.
Yeah.
Like because it's lowering inflammation in the body, in every cell of your body, it impacts and improves so many different things. Like I say to my clients, it sounds like it's a miracle oil,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's because it's lowering inflammation, and everything in our body pretty much is triggered by inflammation. So there's lots of other health benefits that come with it.
That's
Yeah.
good. And like I didn't know too much about it, and obviously I'm looking forward to like learning more, but the fatigue side is just, and I think it sort of does go hand in hand because when you're so tired all the time, you can't be bothered to really look after yourself. So your eating's crap, your skin's crap, and everything's just it just goes in, it marries up, doesn't it, when you start looking
Yeah,
after yourself.
it
Like a
comes with
vicious
everything.
circle. And this is
Yeah.
why I always say, because some people say, oh, but that isn't actually my problem or this, but it's about the foundation. And I
Hmm.
always say you wouldn't build a house without having put the foundation into place. You know, there's no point fixing the roof if the foundations are crumbling.
Yeah, if you're thinking.
The gut and the inflammation in your body for me is the foundation of health, the foundation of the skin, the foundation of absolutely everything we do and we work on. Us as artists, we are relying on the canvas we are working on. Our work is only ever as good as the canvas we are working on. And so it's just hyper important. And you will see, as you will find out during the course of this webinar as well, I started this just thinking, oh, a little bit of skin, yeah, but it all of a sudden just opens these floodgates of issues that all of these clients that we have, or friends and family and neighbors and work colleagues or whatever else are presenting, and all of a sudden we have this solution for them. It's quite a bit of a journey, and it's quite empowering. It's so I love it. I'm amazed by the results we can create.
There's loads of science behind it as well, though, isn't there? And it's that I think like
Oh, there's a
that's
big rabbit hole waiting for you.
yeah, yeah. Like I quite like the sciencey bit and why
Yeah,
things happen because of X, Y, and Z. So I'm quite looking forward to that.
yeah, I love all of that.
Yeah, Layla is. We just told Layla to look at it, and now she has done another 3 qualifications or something like that, hasn't she? Like now she is like Dr. Layla.
Yeah, PhD.
I like to know the ins and outs of everything. I am like that. I can't be confident in something if I don't know everything.
And
Uh,
I think then you can recommend, because you've used it, you can recommend it well. You know what kind of results you've got, so you can then not be textbook sort of giving people advice. It's
yeah,
personal
it's
then.
personal.
You can relate because you've experienced it, and which is so much better.
100%. Right, do you want me to jump into my so I'm going to just talk you through I'm going to just do a little bit of a presentation on opening your eyes to the canvas that you are actually working on, and why nobody works on this. And then Julia's going to talk to you a little bit more about the financial opportunity as well. So it's not just we're improving our skin, we're helping our clients, but also it comes with a huge financial opportunity as well. So let me share my screen. Oh, did you give me permission already, Julia?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Right, let me move all these little toolbars out of the way. Okay, can you see that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Beyond the Needle. I like that little name. So, how many times do you work on clients and it's so frustrating when you just can't get the finish that you want, the skin is irritated or reactive, healed results look patchy no matter what you're doing, and pigment doesn't hold the way it should? How many times do clients come back for their 6-week top up and you're like, what the fuck happened? Like, where's it gone? What have I done? And it's all we do is we blame ourselves. What have I done? What should I change? We spend so much time and money on PMU education. But what if it's not your technique? And what if the issue is the skin? And my kind of thing is, why are we not working on the skin before permanent makeup? Why are we not prepping that canvas for how much time and effort we put into actually doing permanent makeup? And we know, right? We're only as good as the skin that we work on. Doesn't matter how good you are at tattooing. If you have bad skin in front of you, you are never going to get that flawless finish. It's just not possible.
Or the picture.
Or the picture, yep. So I'm Layla, for those of you that don't know me. So I have been, oh, sorry, I'm trying to do the weight room there. I know I keep thinking I miss my Zoom. Sorry, Julia.
Here to help.
So I've been tattooing for 14 years, teaching for 10, creator of The Circle, co-host for Queen's Night. And if you know me or you follow me, you'll probably see that I have quite a passion for raising industry standards and improving education. I'm often ranting about this. As we just said, I dive deep into most things. That is how my brain works. Like, I have to know the ins and outs of everything. And over the years, I have tried everything to optimize my healed results. Most of us are perfectionists, right, in this job. And it used to drive me mad when I wasn't getting a perfect result on every client. You got them clients coming back and you're like, they're all right, they're not going on Instagram. And again, it just takes you back to, why are we not thinking about prepping the canvas before we tattoo? You're going to go and decorate, you're going to prep your canvas, right? You rub your walls down. It's the same thing. We need to start thinking about this. We need to start thinking outside of the box. So I believe that the artists who stand out aren't doing more. They're the ones that are doing things differently. We are very good at following in our industry. We're very good at, copying everyone else, looking at trends, jumping on trends. I'm guilty of this. I jump on every trend, every pigment that comes out. Oh, you get FOMO, you've got to try it. Oh, she's doing that. That looks good. I'm going to do that. Yeah. But a lot of people are very scared to be the first, right? And that is something that I've always kind of focused on. I kind of take leaps of faith in stuff, and I like to launch stuff that no one else has done. And that's what's made me stand out. So just be a little bit open-minded is what I'm saying with this, because sometimes you'll end up leading the way when you're one of the first in. It's like, now look at all the soft, dusty finishes that are back in fashion with PMU. I was doing this like 7 years ago, my Invisibrow, my Invisilip, because I knew it aged better, it heals better, it fades. Finally, it's now trending, which I love, and everyone wants soft finishes, but I'm already known for that. So it's easy now for me because people are coming to me for a trending style that I've already been doing for years. So this is still quite new, I think, in our industry, Julia, isn't it? Like the inside out approach. We've got quite a few PMU artists on board with it now, but it's still very new, especially over here in the UK. So
yeah, it's as a whole, the concept we are going to talk to you about is only been in the UK for just under 5 years, and in fact it's only been in Europe for a short of 10 years. But if Europe is anything to go by, if we are following in the footsteps of Germany, as an example, I am German, so I know very well about the German market, and it is the next global mega trend in the German market. The growth is more than exponential. The artists that have stepped into this when it was first launched are now the ones which are leading the way. And this is the amazing thing, that you have the opportunity to be one of the first in the UK in this field, to take this on board right now and set yourself apart from the competition, create better client results, happier clients, better retention, better work, and and additionally actually create a better work environment for yourself by actually getting a better financial reward than you have at this moment of time. And this is what smart artists do. We want to work smarter, not harder.
Yes.
And I let Layla show you what is possible, and then we talk about the business concept of it afterwards a little bit in more detail.
Okay. So the missing piece to our treatments. So we treat skin externally. If you do skin alongside PMU, you'll know this. Sometimes even years ago, if I had a client come in with bad skin, I would still work on her skin before I would tattoo on her, but I would be working externally, microneedling, pills, skin treatments. But skin health actually does start internally, and this is a thing that no one has really caught on to yet. Inflammation is the key barrier to our results. And basically what we are doing with Zinzino is we start by lowering inflammation in the body, which then leads on to everything else. So we can use the best techniques, pigments, skincare, but if the skin is inflamed or out of balance internally, we know results will not hold as well, healing's not as good, and retention generally suffers. The same with skin treatments. Like, do any of you girls do skin?
I did the basic facials and stuff, and I did get trained in microneedling, but the training wasn't the best, and I haven't done anything with it.
And then you don't feel confident with it.
So I've literally just done nothing with it.
Yeah. So I done skin before PMU. So
Yeah.
I've worked with, it's not my main thing. PMU is my main thing now, but I used to do a lot of skin and I still do some now on the side. But I know from clients, they can commit to 6 months, a year worth of treatments. But if their lifestyle is off and their diet is poor
Yeah.
and they're lacking all of the nutrients, they're still never going to, no matter how much they spend on their skin treatments, they're still never going to get the results that they could get by working internally. So it plays a huge, huge part. Oh, so this little picture here.
We have actually, I meant to say this, we have not changed slides at all yet.
Oh, you can't see them.
Well, I've been on the opening slide since the beginning.
Oh. Why is it not doing that then? Hang on, let me stop sharing and share again. Shall I just keep it little? Can you see that now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's changed now.
Oh, it's annoying, isn't it? Okay, so we've done that slide. We've done that slide.
I thought we did, but I was not sure, so I was like, oh, don't
Julia,
really be
the
butt in
heads
there
up
now.
halfway through. So what I was going to say is this picture here, she's a redhead. We know they can be really sensitive skin, aggy to tattoo, just someone that looks after herself internally, colour fluing, nice soft result, perfect heal. But the skins that I used to dread, I don't really know more because I kind of do this as standard now. My clients have a consultation and they walk out with a bottle of balance oil and they must start taking it 2 to 3 weeks before their first treatment. It's standard in my clinic and I've noticed a massive difference with it.
Do you include that in your pricing then?
Yep. It's incorporated into my pricing. Literally, I just give it to them as standard at consultation. I'm talking to them about skin and how this is going to benefit, how it's going to give me it's going to help the canvas be in the best possible condition for me to tattoo. It's going to help them heal quicker and it's going to give them the best help towards the best healed results. And like, it is an oil, right? Not everyone, some people are a bit funny with consistency or drinking oil, but I sort of just say to them, look, you're giving me £450 to tattoo your eyebrows.
Yeah.
Do you not want the best possible result? Tiny, tiny little shot once a day for a couple of weeks before you come in, and then they finish the bottle off after to aid through healing. It's just prepping that canvas and setting you up for success in your treatments.
I think us permanent makeup artists are a little bit undervaluing our expertise here because you know why you actually learn microneedling in permanent makeup courses? Because if there is a scarred area, we can actually, like in the chat, this was something 2 days ago that came up. Why did the lip not hold the pigment? While the lip didn't hold the pigment in this instance, because there was scar tissue. And
Yeah.
that's why we should have microneedled that area to prep our skin in order for then to get the result. If you go to a big skin clinic and want a certain peel, they tell you that you have to use sometimes up to 6 months a certain skincare range beforehand, because otherwise they're just not going to work on you. And we really need to get to that point as well, because I don't want to be that artist that people come in, they show you these Instagram pictures, and you look at their skin and you think, oh my God, I'm never going to achieve that. So you need to tell them that while their skin is in the state it's in, you're not going to achieve this result, no matter what artist they're going to, but you can help them to improve their skin and then achieve the results that they want to get. You just have to be firm with it and just make yourself stand out from the competition, and you will be starting to be known for it. And yes, there will be clients that don't like it, but that's like with everything. But then you will be actually standing out, and people will appreciate your honesty and your approach and your expertise, and actually you be the market leader in no time, rather than actually just the sheep that is like one of many in a saturated market.
Like
And
building
clients,
brand experience. Sorry, Layla.
yeah, I was just going to say, and clients like it. That when I'm telling them this is why you're taking it, because it's going to help to ensure that I get the best possible result for you, they like it because I care. I care about my healed results. Do you know, like I could just take your money and not care and goodbye, thank you very much. But I want my results good when they're healed, not for the Instagram photo. I want my results nice aged. I want to see them in 2 years' time and they're faded and they look nice and they're reworkable. I'm always thinking long term, and I think clients do like that. And then the fact that I've incorporated it into the price rather than try to upsell them at a consultation.
Is an extra.
Yeah, and now they're walking out of a little freebie and they like that.
Mhm.
Because I don't want to feel like I'm selling them something because I want the money, because I know it's generally going to help me and their results.
Yeah.
I thought do it that way, and then I'm not trying to sell you nothing, but I know this is going to work and I know this is going to help. So please just take it.
Because you'd send them away with pre-care, being like, no coffee, no alcohol, 24, 48 hours before. And so it's not really much different, is it?
No, no. Well, that's it. We need to prep the skin as well. Sorry, I've got a really rotten cough. So why internal balance matters. So the condition of the skin before we touch it determines so much. How we can tattoo, how the pigment goes in, how it heals, how long our results last. Like it just has such an impact on everything. So we're working on supporting the healing. As we know, the better the quicker they heal, the less scabbing they get, the better retention we're going to get. Hydration, we know, is again everything for skin, right? Everything. Barrier function, again, if you work with skin, you'll know how important barrier function is. And I think this is the problem these days, is there's so many products out there, there's so many actives, we don't need them. Like if you just look after your body and you have a healthy skin barrier, you don't need the 12 products that are sitting in your bathroom, really. If you're getting acne or rosacea or psoriasis, generally it's all because you have an impaired barrier. You fix the barrier, you fix the problem without all the steroids, without all the problems. And I've got a few before and afters to show you. They're not actually my clients, these ones, but these are from our team and they are unreal. So it is important, is what I'm trying to say on that slide. So how does that affect us? So before and during permanent makeup, you're going to be working on a better skin with less inflammation. You will find your colour goes in quicker and easier. So more comfortable for your client. Less stress for you. How much, I remember them days when I used to sit there with sweat running down my back because I couldn't get the pigment in and I was having a meltdown internally, trying not to let the clients see that there's a problem.
Oh, it's awful, isn't it?
It really is. And I only started with Zinzino about 18 months ago, and actually it was irrelevant for this. It was I was taking it for an issue I had that someone else recommended it to me. And I had amazing results and then got my mum some. I got some of the girls here some to try. And again, I won't sell or recommend anything that I don't know that one works for myself and two that I genuinely believe in. And I think that's why a lot of people trust my opinion is because they know how much of a pain in the arse I am with
You're just
making
well
sure that it's good.
respected.
So I started taking it for, well, IBS, something completely irrelevant to this. Long story short, I'd been on medication since probably I was about 16, 17. Solely relied on medication. And I think, what was I, Julie, about 3 months into the balance oil, and I've never touched any medication since.
That's so good.
It literally was life changing for me. So, but then I went down the rabbit hole. And then I started researching about skin and how it benefits skin, because you even notice yourself, like in your skin when you're taking it. I wasn't taking it for my skin, but I noticed my skin improving. So then I went into all the science of it and how it actually really does benefit skin. To where then I enrolled on a 3-year nutrition degree because it fascinated me that much. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
it works. But again, for me, if I can make that treatment easier, quicker, smoother, and get better results, I just think, why would you not? Like it's for me, it's a no-brainer.
And
And
they speak for themselves.
then, sorry,
And they speak for themselves, like your after
exactly.
picture.
They do, they will. And the thing is that my clients will take the balance oil because I've gave them a free bottle. Most of them will come back and ask where they can buy more
Yeah.
because they're not looking at their skin, but they're noticing a difference in so many other areas, like down, like menopause, hormones, like night sweats. My night sweats have gone. I don't get them anymore.
Who
Uh,
ain't got something that like a health complaint?
exactly.
Somebody's got something, haven't they? Always.
And when you've got them on that bed for 2, 3 hours, generally you're probably going to hear about it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I will say to them, oh, you know the balance oil that you've been taking the last couple of weeks, if you keep going with that, it actually will really help with that. It just is a natural progression. So how does it affect post tattooing? They will have a faster recovery because of the skin's in better condition, reduce redness, they have a stronger healing response. Just everything is just working better. When we work on lowering that omega-6 to 3 ratio, everything in the body just starts working better. You got to think I haven't put none of the science in here because I didn't want to bore you all. I didn't know how interested anyone was. But if anyone is interested in more of the science stuff, we can do that, Julia, can't we, on another call?
Yeah.
Um,
I
but we're
confirm.
basically working on the cell membrane. Every cell in your body has a cell membrane, right? And we're working on improving the cell membrane, making it more flexible and so you can absorb stuff better. But also, like things like hormones, all of our receptors are in those cell membranes that are sending messages to all the other cells, and all of your body is talking to each other like all along different pathways. Like the gut skin axis we know is huge. You work on your gut, you're going to improve your skin all day long. So this is where it does stand out as well, because clients will notice if they've had permanent makeup before, they will notice a much quicker and smoother heal, which is a big one, especially like when you do lips and stuff, like clients don't want crusty lips. I actually just had my lips done with Hannah and I didn't get a single bit of flaking or scabbing or anything. Like you wouldn't have even known I was going through the healing process.
That's so good.
It is, I mean, probably partly good technique from Hannah because she's very quick and
Yeah.
very light. But also because I look after my body now, I think, whereas I never used to. I was awful. I survived on coffee and chocolates, and
I love
it
it.
was actually starting this that spiraled for me and took me down all the rabbit holes where I've completely done a 360 on health. But you notice it in so many ways. So the balance oil is the main product. This is the one that I give to my clients. This is the one that really we should start everybody on. This is the one that is going to focus on lowering inflammation in the body. But they do have other products as well, like the Xenobiotic is focused for gut health, which is another big one for skin. We also have the collagen boost, which again, another good target for skin. But for me, this is like the golden product. This
The
is,
Holy Grail.
yes, this is the one that every single person in the world should be on. Even my daughter has to shot this every morning. Our whole household has their shot. So this will primarily start working on improving skin hydration, strengthening that skin barrier, reducing sensitivity, and supporting that healed result. So when the skin is balanced internally, it will behave better externally. And you're just going to start getting much more predictable healed results. Like, I don't really now get clients that shock me on a retouch. Whereas 2 years ago, all the time. I live in Essex. Everyone is sunbed obsessed. Like, we have very damaged skin. Rarely did I ever get a good skin walk through my door here, to be honest. Like, and I do work, my demographic really is more mature clients anyway. So I don't really get that young, fresh skin, like the Instagrammable skin in my door. But just since taking this approach, the sunbeds, the ruddy skins, the really thick, oily skins, everything just is so much better. So I could talk about this all night. These are some images from our team with treating skin conditions internally. So some before and afters, and you can see like
Wild.
it's wild. And this is what blew my mind. I was like, this is from working internally, not externally, which is what we would think. And all areas of the body, because we're working internally, we're not just looking at the face, right? We're working everywhere. That middle one
I
still
know.
blows my mind. That was Ruth's, wasn't it, Julia?
So the middle one, we have to say to the middle one, this is a case of topical steroid withdrawal, which is not completely just an internal approach. This is something, if something like this walks through the door, my recommendation would be please reach out to one of us, because this is not just simply a case of taking a little bit of oil and we get this result. This takes a tiny little bit more. But all the other pictures on here, psoriasis, eczema, and particularly the cystic acne, or generally acne, for whether it's teenagers or anything like that, is all simply internally. I have people like these ladies here, I have gens, which were literally on the oil and some of the oil and the xenobiotics, so for the gut barrier function as well. And literally that's the results we are getting. And now imagine how much better the canvas is going to be for you to work on as a permanent makeup artist, but also as a skin specialist or aesthetics practitioner. It's just, the pigment will get in better, the healed result, and also, the longevity of the treatment is so much better simply because the skin we're working on is finally fixed.
Yeah, I know. So Danielle, who used to work for me, she had really bad psoriasis. And again, I think she was maybe about 4 weeks in with her balance oil, and her psoriasis completely cleared up.
Yeah.
And then in the school holidays, she stopped taking it because she got all out of routine, and her psoriasis come back.
Yeah.
And then she started again, and it went again. So
It's
really
just crazy.
interesting. Yeah, it's really interesting. And I love to see things like that firsthand, because then you have the confidence in it because you've seen it.
So IBS or MS are things that are a little bit, or topical steroid withdrawal, they take a bit longer well, typical steroid withdrawal takes a little bit of a different approach, but sort of like MS, you're not going to see a difference within 2 weeks. But believe it or not, we can sometimes see psoriasis or eczema clear up in 2 to 3 weeks with patients that have been at a dermatologist for the last 25 years, trying every treatment under the sun.
I don't take any medication or anything anymore. My son, he makes me laugh, right? He's 22 now. And if he's not well or something, he'll ring me up and he'll go, Mum, give me some of your natural shit. I'm not well.
I mean,
But he's getting right into it now as well. I'm not saying don't take medication, but I always think if there's a way of, like naturally improving something, because generally your body is lacking something.
yeah. See, I don't know how I wouldn't obviously be able to stop
No,
treatment because I was
no.
diagnosed and then within 5 weeks I was put straight on treatment. That was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And my treatment is changed. So this one's a little bit more intense and it's got a steroid with it and it's all it makes me skin itch from the inside out when I have it. It's awful. So I am really looking forward to trying this, to be fair, so it can
Yeah.
go alongside it. But like you say, it might take that little bit longer for getting my system. But I've lived with fatigue for that long. I never know if I'm life tired or MS tired.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
Hopefully you'll see a difference.
yeah,
So very often for cases like yourself or fibromyalgia, endometriosis, we are not here to cure. We are not here to promise you the world, but we want to help you find the root cause and to minimize your symptoms. And for
yeah,
a lot of people, even if your symptoms improve by half, that would already be a dream, wouldn't it? So
yes,
and very often we find that actually the GPs start working alongside us and then help you on your journey, guided by the GP or the healthcare practitioner, to reduce some of the medication that you're on, is what we are seeing generally. This is not a promise, but this is something we see very often, that because obviously the healthcare practitioner keeps a good check on your situation,
yeah,
and then they will by themselves say, oh, there is an improvement in this and in this and in this marker, we are going to lower the medication accordingly, and then you have less side effects, and then you have this positive vicious circle of just getting better and better.
it's
My mum
interesting.
actually went when she went after, I think after a few months, she goes to a MS consultant up the hospital a couple of times a year for a checkup and that. And even her consultant was like, whatever you are doing, Tina, just keep on doing it. He was like, the improvement in her results was unreal. So it's doing something.
Yeah, no, I'm pleased for her because I know I can completely and utterly can sympathise with it.
Mm. Just before I finish and hand over to Julia, I have a little freebie for you that might help if you are thinking about introducing this into your skin clinic. So it's literally a PDF and it's all of my protocols that I've introduced into the clinic. So like pre-care, post-care, advice that I give to clients, even a little bit of nutritional advice in there as well. So you're more than welcome to download that.
I might scan it and download it myself.
It's a little scan.
I've put my phone on the floor because it just vibrates on the desk. Yay. Thank you.
How fancy with your coat?
Oh, that was Katie. I can't
Of
take
course,
I can't take credit
I
for
need a
that. Katie's
Katie.
back. My little Canva whiz. Okay, so when you elevate your approach, you elevate your results, and that, my dear, is what will set you apart in this industry.
I'm excited.
And that is
So yeah, and now what we are gonna move into is obviously the next aspect of it. One thing is, we all want better results. We all want to be that practitioner that gets these Instagram pictures, even if we live in Essex.
yeah.
Uh, but equally, we want to look after ourselves too, right? We want to make sure that we are not busy fools. We want to work smarter rather than harder. And therefore, we really want to make sure that we are actually making the money that we deserve to make, that making it viable for all the time and effort we have put into our education and into, people don't understand very often that it's not just the hour or the 2 hours that you are seeing them in clinic, that is not the only time we are spending on our business. So we really want to make sure we are being paid effectively and efficiently for what we are doing. So, and that's where retail comes in, because obviously, as we said, so most of the clinics we're working with, like Layla, they want to set themselves apart from the competition, and they are incorporating at least the first bottle as a prep into their treatment protocol. But as Layla has already mentioned, very often, most of the time, in fact, clients come back and say, where can I get more? Because the results they're getting with just 3 to 4 weeks, improved sleep, better bowel movement, less migraines, more energy, better skin, just to name a few, it doesn't go unnoticed. So therefore they're coming back and they want more. So here comes the retail. And then that's something a lot of us have not really ever looked into in our profession, and that is widely untouched, is actually the power of retail in the permanent makeup industry. And we would like to show you how you can actually grow your income, your client value, and you actually create some more freedom in your own life with the right retail strategy. So just a tiny little bit more about myself for the people that don't know me on here. So I'm Julia, I'm a mom. I work this alongside having 2 young kids, like probably most of you have, but I'm also an entrepreneur, and I have worked as a permanent makeup and skin specialist and have had 6-figure businesses, and I am now working as a coach to help other businesses set themselves apart from the competition and to get actually their clinics elevated and their services stand out, but also to actually create financial time and location freedom and being paid correctly for what we are offering. We are artists, but we are also entrepreneurs. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here where we are right now. And it is really important that we start thinking like both, because a lot of us are scared to come out from this little avatar of I'm just the artist and I'm just going to work hours. Most of us think, well, I did at the beginning. I want to earn more. What can I do? I'm going to work more hours. But you're just going to burn out, aren't you? Because the only option we have, I mean, you can employ staff, but you're going to reach this ceiling point. So, at some point I was working 75 hours a week. Very successful business. I was earning a lot of money. That is no question about that. But it all comes at a price, because after 75 hours, luckily I did not have MS, but I knew why I was fatigued at the end of the week, because I had worked myself into the ground. So it's kind of like
that, putting that all that working like a dog.
Yeah, it's like you are, you actually we at the beginning I said, oh, I'm going to be self-employed because I want to be my own boss and
Work my own hours.
Yeah, I want to be my own hours, and there I am. Now I just owned my own job. Now I just owned the responsibility of paying myself while I was sick and while I was going on holiday, right? And having this, so in actual fact, I created a prison for myself. This was my prison. This clinic, these 4 walls. While I was in here and while I was sitting in here, everything was fine. I was earning a hell of a lot of money, but the minute you step out, you stress because, oh my God, now I'm turning a client away. Oh my God, if I break my finger, the most dreaded question of the year, Christmas time. Mummy, can we go to London and can we do some ice skating? Oh my God, no, if I fall over and break a finger, I can't work. And you know what it's all like. You're just kind of like a prisoner to your own destiny. And the reality in the PMU industry really is a client visits you once a year. And there's only so many hours that we can work each day, unless you're crazy like me and you're working 14 hours, but even then you're going to reach a limit. So that means you reach a ceiling income. But also, while we have time off, we don't work. If we have a no-show, we also don't get no money. So it is just this vicious little circle. The market is saturated in a lot of areas. Everybody offers the same. Clients' priorities are also shifting. So we are often competing against a lot of clients that offering exactly the same treatments. And what the strategy of most of them is they're undercutting each other with offers, trying to get their clients into the door. Clients are actually changing the approach of what they're doing. Permanent makeup and particularly certain skin treatments, believe it or not, because I'm working in the skin industry as well, Botox and fillers are not the main priority of clients anymore. And permanent makeup is still a priority to most of them, but equally they are aware of that canvas we are working on. They're aware that they don't want to have premature aging, because if they can be bothered about their aesthetics or their looks by wanting brows, lips, or eyeliner, clearly they are also looking over their overall aesthetic appearance. So when they go out there looking for their treatment, if they see every single person offer the same, well, very often they go by price or they go by recommendation. But what if you could actually set yourself apart from the competition and offer that tiny little bit more what the client is looking for? And then the power of retail. How can you actually increase your hourly rate and your hourly income without actually adding any more time on each client or on your actual working day? You can also increase the lifetime value of each client, and you can increase your monthly recurring income really easily without actually doing any more, investing any more, or working anymore. Look at these figures, we know all of them. So this is just an example of my pricing, but the pricing realistically is totally irrelevant. So I charge £225 for a yearly color boost, right? So Susie comes in January, pays me £225 for her top up. So I don't see Susie in February, March, April, May, June, July, and so on. You know where I'm going, because when will Susie come again? Well, if I'm lucky, she's coming again in January. But because January is a tough time, very likely it's going to be February or March. So how many months have there been that I haven't earned a single penny out of this one client? Which basically means the annual value of this one client was £225 or whatever your color boost price is, whether it's 150, 195, it's irrelevant. But you're only getting paid once a year from that client. So now let's imagine you have obviously given Susie this free bottle. In this example, actually, this was not a free bottle because Susie was already on the oil, but she didn't just pay £225 for her annual top up. She also paid me £50 for her monthly supply of supplements. Again, some of the supplements we have start at £39. Some are even more expensive if they have 2 or 3. 50. Let's just keep it at 50 just for the matter of the calculation. But Susie will come back in February, pay another £50 in March, in April, and every single month of the year, because she has seen the results that these products have given her, that you have introduced her to. And she loves the results, so she will not stop again, because she knows when she stops, the psoriasis comes back, the bowel issues come back, and so on. So all of a sudden, you have earned out of Susie £825 in that year. That is a big difference, right? To £225. And this was just Susie. So imagine the value of your time. You don't want to be adding more time to a treatment in order to earn more money, and you don't want to be spending any more money on any more machines or equipment or courses necessarily to earn more money. You want to be able to add more money by just adding retail. You have extra income without any extra time, and it really turns into a residual income stream, because I don't spend any time in February, March, April, or May with Susie, because all she comes into clinic and picks up her pigment, her product. Yeah. But now look at it more, because how many clients do you have? You don't just have Susie. Well, at least I don't. Yeah. Susie was worth £225 to me in a year, but I have 50 clients on the books, right? So if I only do a color boost to my 50 clients, I would have an annual income of £11,250, or turnover in any case, right? Now imagine, I've just told you that I could easily get Susie from being £225 value to £825 value. Now we have 50 clients that we have just sold a bottle of Balance Oil to, or a box of collagen, or whatever it may be. Now look at that figure, £41,250. I haven't spent a single minute more working in that year, but I have made £30,000 extra income. Have a little look at that. That
Crazy
is
when you put it
powerful.
It's mad.
Yeah. And this is where we all go wrong, because yes, I could have obviously quadrupled my income to £41,250 by doing 200 clients. But that would have meant I would have added 4 times more time to my time schedule to get the same result, right? Where now I'm only recommending, there's no hard sale, because I've incorporated it into my initial treatment. Like Leila said, they see the results, they love the results, and all of a sudden I have quadrupled, or at least tripled, my income a month or a year by all I was doing was recommending something that I know works, because it works perfectly for me. The results that myself and my family have achieved are amazing, and so are the results that my clients have achieved. So it is just simply a total no-brainer to look at adding retail. But it's not just a matter of adding any retail, right? I don't want to be selling just something, but with the Sensino products and the results we are getting, the science behind it, I'm more than happy to put my name behind it. That's why big names like Leila, Elle, Ian Walker, Col Rivers, Liana Berno, Claire Stokes, all of these people are looking. Alex Mechinisi has looked at the products and is looking to incorporate this into protocols. It is literally what people are doing now. People that have looked at the science are jumping on board, and they're seeing the retail opportunity that this gives us, and it's just a no-brainer to get involved.
While it's still sort of fresh, I suppose, as well, isn't it? Before
it is.
everybody else gets on
Or
it.
everyone does it, yep, because you know it will happen.
It will happen
Mhm.
whether you are on board or you are not on board, because you know what it's like. It's like when first microblading came out. I mean, I have been in the industry that long that when I first trained, microblading wasn't actually a thing.
Mm.
And then microblading started, and the first few that were doing microblading, they were raking it in because they were the new kids on the block with a new trend, this, that, and another. Now, microblading, 10 a penny, isn't it? Everybody
Yeah.
does microblading. Now it's actually, the skill is actually, again, if you can actually use a machine rather than just a blade. But this is exactly the same. You want to be at this at the forefront of when it is launched. And we are at an exponential growth in the UK market right now. So you have missed out on that little bit of time where it took us to educate the population of what's actually needed. That has now happened because the buzzword on Instagram is wellness, longevity, gut health. Google it, it comes up, it's everywhere. Now that you have actually said it out loud or your phone has picked it up that I said it, you will never see anything else again. That's all the internet is full with. So the right retail matters. And this is exactly where you are in such a fortunate position to be able to be introduced to this product literally at this point. Not only does it align with our philosophy, but it also aligns with the treatments we are doing and the outcome we are trying to achieve, while giving us a better financial future. And this is why Zenzino ticks all of the boxes. For me, in any case, it's science-backed. So we actually work with a scientific advisory board of 14 scientists. We are a company that is Nasdaq listed. We have been about for 20 years. It's a Scandinavian company, so it's not a new start company. We've been there for 20 years. It's all trialed and tested. All the marketing aligns with our clients' needs. It's perfect for healthy skin, healing, and other aspects of wellness. And it has a really high retail profit margin. You can whether it's a hybrid business model, so you can whether stock it in clinic, or you can use a dropship option, or you can do a combination of both, which means you don't actually have to hold huge amount of stock, which means you have no risk and not necessarily any big near upfront cost to get started. And it's beyond retail is residual income, because when clients come back and then they recommend it to their friends, even if they are not your clients, they will be interested in the products and so on. And all of a sudden, you're creating that second income stream. And every successful entrepreneur right now has a second income stream, because markets are vulnerable. You never know what's around the corner. So you do really want to, protect yourself and your assets and have it covered on all angles. So you can earn commission on your own clients, but you can also use it as a residual income stream. And we would exactly explain to you how that would work in your particular setup, if you are interested to hear more about this. And why this matters to me? Because life is unpredictable. So when I wrote this slide, I put this here because that was just what kind of like was always my fear: illness of any family member or myself. Pandemic was actually something very fresh when I had just written that, because that had completely put our industry to a hold. Any form of family emergencies, and yeah, retail and residual income gives you some time freedom. When I wrote this presentation, I didn't know that I was going to be my first case study myself, because shortly after writing this presentation, I got diagnosed with very aggressive breast cancer, and was unable to work in my clinic where I was earning all this amazing money and sitting 70 hours a week on a chair, being a slave in my own prison. And because of this business, this sideline, this residual extra income stream that I had already built alongside my very successful skin and permanent makeup clinic, I was able to continue earning and working even while I was going through treatment and being away from clinic, because it is a possibility to create time freedom and location freedom. So even up till now, I actually had a surgery on Tuesday and I was working from hospital.
Kills me. She sends me pictures of her in a hospital bed with her laptop. I'm like, Julia, rest, just rest. She does not stop.
You're definitely committed to the cause.
She's committed, yeah.
I'm committed. Not everybody might be as crazy as me, but I have also sent people pictures of sitting on the beach. I have just been 3 weeks ago, I've been in Bali and I did business while I was sitting on the beach and drinking a nice little bit of a coconut juice out of a coconut. So it gives you opportunity, it gives you flexibility, and it gives you choices, right? Whether you want to do it just in clinic, like I say, whether you want it just a little bit of retail or you want to make a whole own business stream out of it, is down to you. I mean, I am so into this now because also all of the health benefits that it gave me throughout my cancer treatment is so incredible to me that this is actually now near enough my full-time job. I'm supporting over 200 clinics all around the world, bringing this concept into their clinics, because it is just so popular and it's so powerful, and it is I just can't get enough from all the results that we are getting from clients, but also from clinic owners that are actually getting a tiny little bit more time back, being able to go out with your son and sit at the football match and actually watch them on a Saturday morning rather than being stuck in clinic and so on. So what's the takeaway from today? Retail isn't just an add-on. It can be a real game changer. And Zinzino provides the results-driven products and a proven system to lead you to an uncapped earning potential. So take control of your future, remain the artist, but don't forget that you are also an entrepreneur. And step it up and get yourself to where you want to be, set yourself apart from the competition, and
Do we
make
now
it
before
happen.
everyone else jumps on it?
That was that was a real eye-opener, actually, looking at them numbers like that.
I know, I was shook. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
When you look at it like that, like some months I do earn more from retail than I do clinic, because I only do clients 2 days a week. So Tuesdays and Thursdays I do clinic, and then the rest of the week I'm on admin.
Really?
So my clinic income dropped massively,
Mm-hmm.
but I kind of then duplicated it through retail.
I now I only work 1 day a week in clinic, so I have been that crazy person that still worked a day in clinic even going through treatment.
Wild.
I'm come from 6 days in clinic. This is no joke. I worked 70 hours a week. I can show you my diaries. It was crazy. I didn't even know my children, right? I stepped out of the clinic. I have a clinic attached to the house. I stepped out of the clinic 6 p.m., went over, had a bite to eat with them, back into clinic till 10 p.m. every single night without a fail. And I earn pretty much the same money now with 1 day in clinic, just by simply working this business now near enough full time than I worked in clinic. And I'm working it from anywhere, whether
Yeah.
it's the hospital bed or the beach chair in Bali. I can work it literally wherever I want. I can work it from the netball match, from the football match, birthday party, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
just
anywhere.
so flexible. And it's still something that really resonates with me because I am still helping clients. And literally tattooing is now just my little hobby.
Which is
Um,
nice, isn't it? Because
Take the
obviously
pressure off.
we love what we do.
Yeah.
And like you don't want to be really hammering it till it gets to a point where you're a little bit like working 70 hours a week and you're like, oh, I really can't be arsed with this now. Do you know what I mean? Whereas
You
if you
end up,
still
I think
work,
you can end up resenting it, I think,
yes.
when you
yeah,
cram too much in.
When I got a text message I was literally like, oh, not another client. Because I was this person, like I now can't say no to working.
yeah,
If I didn't have, oh, please, can you see me next week? And I was like, at one point I said, obviously in my head, I was thinking, this is going to be a definite no. Well, the only way I can see you is Friday morning, 6 a.m. I'll be there.
no.
Really?
Or try and outprice yourself, and they're like, yeah, it's fine.
I
Don't worry
done
about
that.
it.
Yeah.
When I
So
used
there
to
I
work in
was. Not only was I working till 10 p.m., no, I also started at 6 a.m. because I was my own worst enemy. And now I don't do that anymore. Now I work normal human hours 1 day a week. And then a bit crazy hours, maybe on the laptop, but on my terms. On my terms.
I hope you have enjoyed that this evening.
I've enjoyed
Something a little
it.
bit different.
Yeah, I can't wait for my kit come now either.
Definitely something to think about. And then anyone on here, Emma, or anyone that's watching the replay that's interested, if they just reach out to you,